As of today, we've seen all 3 days of the pre-season testing, so I've decided to join the wave of livery redesign. I got inspired by Mr. Tomo himself, which I am member to for almost 2 years now, and member of his Patreon since it went live, so I really hope he won't mind me borrowing his idea. Now, unlike Tomo, I will be also adding one rule to my redesigns. I won't move a single sponsor, I only will change color if necessary because of the livery change, and also full color sponsors will stay full color. So stay tuned for the Ferrari redesign because I will have to use the blue HP logo. First, I would like to share my thoughts on the actual design that we have in real life, now that we have seen it on track as well as the renders. When we first seen the Sauber livery, the Kick Sauber livery, I was very disappointed, mainly because the gradient was placed badly, in my opinion. When you look at the original, the renders and the livery that we've seen at the event F1 75, the gradient was placed in such position where the car gets real complicated. It's right behind the air intake at the top, on the side pods and the engine cover. That means, even from side, it still has been cut off many times just by the nature of the car. And now that we've seen it on track, it won't even matter anymore because the gradient was cut by the team itself. The team decided the livery they designed, they don't want it anymore, they threw it in the trash. And the only places where the gradient stayed are the nose and the air intake. On everywhere else it was just swapped with hard cut blocks. So now it's just a broken livery. So I'm very disappointed with the Sauber. Now let's take a look at my design. Now as you can see, I did use a gradient, but I used it in a different way. If you look at from the sides, I used it on the place where it cannot get cut off by any vents, it cannot get blocky. Now I wanted this to look like the rear wing and the gradient is connected, so I painted the whole rear wing the same color, the kick green. It's like the rear wing is coming onto the actual car, leaving the colors there. Now let's look at the front. When I was designing this, my idea basically was around this nose and I just played with it a lot. As you can see, I got a little bit inspired by the old Mercedes turquoise line. By having the edges blurry and the end a little bit going into nothing, sharpening them and going into nothing, I wanted to stay with the language of the design of having the gradient. Now you can see I used the green also on the tire fins and I made a pinstripe on the inside of the front wing. By that I achieved the side look being cleaner on the front wing because there isn't so much going on. The kick logo can be bigger and the pinstripe wouldn't break the nose line, so it's clean. But from the inside point of view, it is a nice detail that will add a little bit more green to the design. And I made that decision because I basically removed a lot of the green from the car by having the gradient so far behind and having only the rear wing full green and only having green lines on the front of the car. So because I've removed a lot of the green, I decided that I need to make up for it somewhere else. And I thought that the green lines on the front wing and the tire fins are a great way to implement it. I've also used the language of the design that Sauber already has, and that is white logos on the black background or the carbon and black logos on the green background. Now I must say I'm pretty pleased with this design. I thought I did a great job, but the final word is yours. So tell me in comments which one do you like more? Which one do you prefer? The real one or mine redesign? And see you soon.